Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is like a hippo. The scripture comes from, let's say, Harmony of the Gospels. And it's basically giving the story of birth, infancy, adolescence of Jesus and John the Baptist, and the truths of John the Baptist and the beginning of Jesus' ministry. Okay, and I will go for the second week. St. Luke 6:43. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of which treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. So his message, God said, for somebody that is like, I feel like when I first read this, I'll be real, what I felt in my spirit is like somebody maybe tried to compare you to a hippo. Like maybe they tried to call you fat. You know what I'm saying? And God said, like, you know what I'm saying? Right after I heard that, it's like I heard this person said fat like a hippo. And God said, maybe, but you go fight like one. Because here's the thing. God said, good tree bringeth forth like good fruit. And you know what I'm saying? Your fruit is anything that you create. And you have to realize when you're doing good and you ain't doing nobody no harm, it's not going to be a situation where everything is going to fall apart for you. And I don't know what kind of vibe this is, but I just feel like whatever it is, like, even if somebody is just talking, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody talking down on you, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the person, you might be able to read them. Like I just feel like you could read them fulfilled. It may be a situation where this person trying to talk down on you, like the person that keep on emailing me, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, in reality, I bet you my bottom dollar, if I knew exactly who this person was, I would read them in such a way that they would leave me all the way alone. They probably would actually be wanting to attack me even more. But I'm just being real. I would. And I know I would. I know I would. I can read them now. They so lame and pathetic. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be sitting up here constantly watching, watching me day in, day out, and have hate in their heart towards me. You don't got nothing better to do. You ain't bored. Well, obviously you bored. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing better. You don't have no friends or nothing. You don't have no hobbies. No other interests. Just me, huh? Really? But I'm so fat. And I'm so unattractive. And I'm really getting on your nerves. And I irritate you so much. But I bet every time I post a video, you come, like Nikki say, every time the song hit, they hurry up. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she said every time I post the interview, they go, they hurry and click to see. Like, man, stop playing with me, man. Like, I just feel like it's that kind of, like God said, a good tree bringing forth good fruit. Bad trees bringing forth bad fruit. You always gonna have some kind of comeback to somebody because you a good tree. You a good tree. It's always gonna be a situation where somebody said, do this. And you gonna be like, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. But I feel like that's the vibe. Like and I'm even looking at the scripture next to it, love for enemies and judging others. And a tree is known by its fruit, the house built on a rock. I just feel like this is somebody that you going, it's levels to this world. And the things going on in this world is bigger than what we just see. And this is somebody you see beyond what is in this physical. And because you see beyond, it's not a situation where somebody that did you wrong can come to you and tell you you did them wrong and you just sit there and accept that. Because you already seen what they did. And you're not going to just accept the fact that they said, no, it was you. And you know it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. And, God said you have good fruit. It's obvious. It's clear that you're right. It's clear that you didn't do anything wrong. It's clear that you're the one that's in the right. And that's just what it is. And you know what I'm saying? And, you know, in reality, I feel like God is saying you have to love your enemies, because you have to understand when you are right, God will make it obvious that you were right. When you wrong, God gonna make it obvious that you are wrong. And for some of y'all enemies finna be going through it, because God finna make it so obvious how they were wrong. Everything that this person may have stolen from you is going to be given back. And for somebody, like, I'm seeing a vision of a lady holding a baby. And, you know what I'm saying, like this. And, you know, so maybe somebody had a miscarriage or something like that. And God said you're going to be blessed with a baby. And you may be blessed, like maybe you lost a marriage, maybe you lost a house, maybe you lost a car, whatever it is, maybe you lost your job. You gonna get whatever it is that you lost, you gonna receive it back, and it's gonna be better than what you had in the first place. Because God said he gonna make it obvious who fruit is good. He gonna make it obvious. It's gonna be clear. It's not going to be a situation where it's confusing. It's going to be very obvious that you didn't do anything wrong. It's going to be obvious that you were good. Like, I just feel like this will be somebody that tried to make it seem like you did something bad, but that would be like people deliberately doing stuff to you, like somebody attacking you. Like, you know what I'm saying? They done stole this, they taking that, they taking this. And it's like, it looked like you having bad thing after bad thing happen, but it's them deliberately doing that to you. But while they doing what they doing, here come God behind them. Oh, you need another bag? Here, let me replace that. Is that you need another house? Hold on, let me replace that. Hold on, you need some more clothes? Let me replace that. You need some more food? Let me replace that. You need this? Let me replace that. It don't matter what this person take, it's gonna be replaced. And I do realize that there are certain things, like, you know what I'm saying, even if it's a situation where you have a child and you lose the child, regardless if you lose it like the child passes away, or if you lose it like you don't physically have the child on you, you obviously could never get that child specifically back. And it's not to say that God is replacing that person, you know, literally, but it's to say that God is going to ensure that you have a child, because he said that you would have a child. If it's a situation where you marry and for whatever reason you lose your person, somebody steal your person away, or for what, like something like that, that kind of vibe, God said he will ensure that you gonna have somebody. If God said you're gonna be married, you're gonna be married, and that's it. If God said you're gonna have kids, you're gonna have kids, and that's it. And you know what I'm saying, it may not be that house specifically that you're gonna stay in. It may not be that car specifically that you're gonna have. It may not be that husband specifically. It may not be that wife specifically. It may not be those kids, but you're gonna have what God says you're gonna have, and that's the end of it. And God will fight tooth and nail to ensure that it is obvious that you are not corrupt. He will fight tooth and nail to ensure that it is obvious that you are good. And he will fight tooth and nail to prove that it is obvious. When somebody is in the wrong, even if it's a situation where it look like they right, God will do things to make it obvious that they not. And I'm looking at Luke 7:36. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. And for some of y'all, it's people that they look at you being judgmental, thinking that you don't deserve certain things, and that is why they decide to attack you. And every time somebody try to do this to you, God shut it down. Regardless to what it is they feel like you shouldn't have. They feel like you shouldn't have it, and it shouldn't be yours. And that's just how it is, you know what I'm saying? That's how I'm thinking about in Mean Girls, how when Cassie said that she liked Aaron, that first day when she was good, she was on good terms with them. They was really genuinely trying to be friends with this girl. And all she had to, they said, Aaron, you can't date Aaron. That's Regina's ex-boyfriend. Friends don't date their friends, boyfriends, ex-boyfriends. That's a girl rule. We don't do that. She insisted on going after Regina's ex-boyfriend. This is a situation where somebody is like, you don't deserve that. Really? Like, I just feel like it's kind of like in that position, either you want to be friends, or either you want a friend or you want a boyfriend, but you can't have both. And she would just wanted to manipulate the situation, which she did, to where she had both, where Regina was her friend and Aaron was her boyfriend, and nobody was judging her for being the thought that she was. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like when you have like when you have the heart of God and you see stuff like you peep it. And I remember when that movie came out, originally everybody was so down on Regina. Regina ain't even do nothing wrong. She was defending herself the whole movie. Regina was defending. She was under attack the entire movie. Cassie was a demon. She came to that school and was like, I'm finna steal this girlfriend, steal her man, and steal her life. But at the end of the movie, the very man that she was trying to take called her out. But that's what she got. Anyways, that's the message. I'm done, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, how do I say it? It's like the same things that Regina was praised for, Cassie was being shunned for, but she was being shunned because that wasn't her. She was being fake. And she was in reality being corrupt. She was being evil and she was being rude, when in reality, Regina was just being herself. And you know what I'm saying? When you look at it on a surface, she wasn't even just doing like the type of stuff that Cassie was doing can hurt somebody. She was giving her stuff, putting stuff in the food, putting stuff on her face. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that can hurt people. Regina and her friends doing what girls do. The whole school was full of girls that was telling the other girls' business. Everybody was gossiping about everybody. So it wasn't a situation where Regina was just so evil. Everybody, like the little stuff that she did is stuff that teenagers do. Our teenage girls do that all the time. I've seen it with my own eyes. Girls do that in high school, middle school. So Regina wasn't even that bad. Cassie was crazy. Katie, whatever her name, she was crazy. She was crazy. But in the end, you could see it, because it was just kind of like it's like she literally had, how do I say it? It's almost like she literally had a mental breakdown at the time when she had that party, and she felt like she was finally the queen bee, and she finally had Regina's position, and she had her friends, and she had her man, and everybody was at her house for the party, and she was, you know what I'm saying? Everything came crumbling down. And I just feel like, you know, for whoever this is for, God is saying that when it's a situation where somebody is calling out, they see this about you, they see that about you, they see all these things about you. God said He not concerned with what they trying to point out as they feel like these are bad things about you. But He sees you, and He sees you as a good tree that is going to bring forth good fruit, not a corrupt tree. And because He sees you as a good tree, you will have good fruit. And it's going to manifest not only in the spiritual, but in the natural. And that's what God says specifically. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.